Hello, ninth grade. We will be talking about the assignment from rate of change, class notes, rate of change. When you open it, it will open a Google Sheet that will look like this. There are 4 problems. You want to go to the bottom of the sheet and click on the tabs. Each of these opens a different problem. So if we look, I want to show you something first. We're going to be filling in tables as part of our assignment. So I wanted to show you an easier way to fill in a table other than just filling in the numbers by hand. There's an easier way. So if I know my pattern for the table, for instance, let's say that I know I want to go up sequentially, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can put in my first 2 numbers, 0 and 1. I highlight it with my cursor. I look for the square box on the lower right-hand side. I wait for the plus sign when I hover and drag that down, and it will give me the numbers as far as I want them to go. If I want to create a pattern of going up by 3, I'm adding 3 each time. I put in the first 2 numbers. 2 plus 3 is 5. I want it to continue on by adding 3 to each number. Simply shade in the first 2, look for the plus sign and drag down, and each number is going up by 3. You could also do that with decimal points. Here I want it to go up by a half, and it goes up accordingly, and you could also do that with negative numbers. Okay, so let's get back to our problem. Here, problem 1 is about 2 trees that are growing at different rates. Tree 1 and tree 2 are planted at the botanical gardens, and their growth is recorded in the table below. So you're given this table from years 0 through 5. At year 0 is when the tree is planted. No time has gone by, so the tree is already 5 feet when it's planted, and tree 2 is already 15 feet when it's planted. The first part of the question is which tree is growing at a faster rate each year? Well, if I look at tree 1, it is going up by 10 each time, 5, 15, 25. I'm adding 10 each time. Each year is going up by 10. It's a constant rate of change because it's going up the same amount of feet each year. Tree 2 is going up by 5 feet per year, 15, 20, 25. So here tree 2 is going up by 5 feet per year. So when you ask the question, which tree is growing at a faster rate each year, tree number 1 is growing at a faster rate because it is growing at 10 feet per year as opposed to 5. Now, the next part of the question is, when are the trees the same height? Well, if I look at the table, at year 2, 25 and 25 are the heights of tree 1 and tree 2. So 25 is the height of both trees at year 2, as indicated by this yellow strip I have. And we want to create a double line graph using the data from the table, and we want to know, where do the lines intersect? So if I look at my table, I take my cursor, I shade the whole thing, I go to insert chart, and Google Sheets already has a line graph chosen for me, 1 and tree 2. If for any reason you got a different graph, you have to go to the chart editor, setup, and chart type, choose the double line graph. Okay, now there are some things that are missing here on my lines that you're going to need once again to go to the chart editor and make some changes. I want the graphs to all have a horizontal label, a vertical label, years and height for this problem, and I want to make sure that you have the data points with the values at each point. So here you're going to use the chart editor and make sure that when you choose series, you go to data labels and do that for each line. Okay, so when you click on a line, it will open series, and you scroll down and choose data labels. If I look, my intersection point is at 2 years. It's 25 feet. Tree height is at 25. That's year 2, and that corresponds with our table. So each point on the graph is going to correspond with our table. You're going to make sure that you complete each question, okay, A, B, and C. So don't forget when you are asked where the intersection line is, that you make sure that you are answering that question with coordinates. So horizontal, vertical, 225, or better known as the XY coordinate. Make sure you click on the tabs on the bottom to ensure that you're doing all of the problems. Okay, any questions? Just send me an email and I'll help you out.